This week's episode is about Thanksgiving in the United States. I'm Rachael Keefe, and this is Monday's Muse. This week, we will celebrate Thanksgiving here in the U.S. This is a holiday that pretty much everyone can agree on. There's no religious affiliation. It is simply a time to gather together with family and friends and give thanks for all that we have and for making it through another year. Although this year, many of us are finding it a bit of a challenge to find things to be grateful for. Yes, we can gather with friends, with family. We can eat turkey or whatever it is you enjoy on Thanksgiving, and that seems somehow insufficient. If you've been following the news at all, you've seen the same stories that I've seen, where there are children tormented in schools with racial slurs, children being bullied with threats of deportation, children actually living with the fear that they or their parents will be deported. There's an example in the Cape Cod Times of a second grader who actually went up to her principal, hugged him, and thanked him for letting her stay. These are heartbreaking news stories. With all the fear that is loose in our streets, the homophobia, the transphobia, the Islamophobia, the xenophobia, the misogyny, that is not what the United States should be about. And this Thanksgiving, as people of faith gathering around a table to give thanks, it's hard to give thanks and not be compelled to want to do something, to want to speak into that fear, to offer love, to offer hope. And that itself can be difficult to find. But I ask you to reach into your own lives and see where you can do something to help give someone some hope. My wife and I added our names to a growing list of people who would be willing to take in children if their parents are deported. And as horrifying as that is to think about, it could be a real need in the days to come. Who are you willing to give shelter to? Who are you willing to stand with, support, and encourage? As people who have privilege, and we all have some to varying degrees, what are we going to do with the privilege we have to protect those who have less? What are we as Christians going to do to embody love that casts out all fear? Think on these things as you gather for your Thanksgiving meal and enjoy the blessings that you have. And then go and do something. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.